Look, Benjamin Asari was supposed to fly this morning with the Blasters. Yeah. But as the folk wrote to the FA, we need our goalkeeper here. We want him to be in. And for me, it's a big one for him.
Of course.
A lot of people are talking about number one in Ghana. Of course, he is number one in Ghana. But Japan and Korea is a big game, big platform. I was in UK when they came to play the Four Nation tournament in Brentford. I mean, we saw the kind of goals he conceded. So this is an opportunity for him to also say goodbye to Razafok fans before he leaves. Whether he's going to be imposed, whether he's going to concede or not. He is the leader of the Razafok setup. Watching him warming up, his concentration, his focus is excellent. Yeah. Kamara has also been invited to his national team.
The Guinean.
I heard him speak, and he was talking about thanking his colleagues.
Yeah. From both teams, across Sports Stadium.
Well, this is the starting 11 of both sides. Kotoko did not change their starting 11. Hartlepool made one change, and so Baba Adamu is in, and then they made sure that they have their wing backs, Ransford and Amankwabi, if he now will join the midfield. So coach made a comment that Hartlepool now want to crowd their midfield. So the two wing backs now joins the attack, and that they have Baba Adamu, Kevin Osesibe, Ali. But in terms of minutes played, Amankwabi has got 640 minutes, one of the most consistent Hartlepool player this season. Then
the most improved.
Yes, then the most improved, and Ransford Mensah as well.
Well, he went to loan at Dreams FC. Everybody thought he was not coming back. But look at the numbers he's giving Hartlepool since his return.
Yes.
He's been really good.
Very good. Now, Hartlepool in their last game against Baseke operated with their two strikers, and so Hamza Issa is currently the top scorer with Mauli Wayo, who is on the bench. 2 goals scored this season. Frank Ebudaduku has 1 goal going into the game, and so these are going to be the 2 attackers for Hartlepool, and they are going to make sure that they put more pressure on the Kotoko defense. Now, Kotoko would have their striker Morifin Donsu, who is going to be the player to watch out for. He's going to mount pressure on the Hartlepool defense to pave way for other players like Hubert Jehu to create chances and shoot from long range. Hubert Jehu really operates from this side. Though he plays as a midfielder, he wants to cut in from this side, and then with Lord Amwa. So a lot of work for Ransford Mensah, because Ransford would have a lot of work to do, because Lord would join the attack. Hubert Jehu would also join the attack from this angle.
Same and then
Saka Dauda, I've not even mentioned him, because with Saka Dauda, he is going to operate from this side. So 3 Kotoko players will be crowding the Hartlepool wings. Okay. Now, whenever they lose the ball, you have 2 players joining. Saka Dauda now remains at this position, paving way for them. Then Lord Hilary Adabo, whenever Kotoko is attacking, would be around here. You have Hubert Jehu here. Then Seth Kojo will be the man to sit back and make sure that whenever there is a counter attack with Lord Amwa joining the attack, Peter Amidu Akwa, and then Patrick Esiedu, he falls back and makes the Kotoko back 3 to make sure that Hartlepool do not have the opportunity to enter into their 18-yard box. Raphael Amponsa, one of the most improved player of Hartlepool, he joined Hartlepool from Asekem. That was 2 seasons ago, but currently a key defensive midfielder for Hartlepool, and is the reason why Karim, who has recovered from injury, would have to sit on the bench to pave way for him. Then Patrick Esiedu around here. Parku George, very good with the ball, and because of Parku George and then Hussein Mohammed, it means that Kotoko would have Lord Hilary Adabo and then Seth Kojo doing a lot of work. And that is the reason why Lord Amwa should be cautious joining the attack, because the more he joins, you pave way for Parku George and then Hussein to create decent chances. Hussein really wants to work from this side. Parku would also want to work from this side. And so it gives them the opportunity. And whenever Hartlepool is attacking, they'll have 2 men here, Parku George and Amankwabi from this side. You have Ransford Mensah and then Hussein from this side. Then the 2 strikers who are going to make sure that Samba Onel and Henry Ansu do not relax are going to make it more difficult. Now, I want to give you a scenario of Kotoko's strength in terms of performance, and you are going to see how they operate from their angles. And so this is Kotoko, Morifin Donsu. I told you that Morifin is going to give you that runs and make sure that the defenders are not comfortable. And so look at the Karela United defenders and look at the position of Morifin Donsu. And that is where you have to be careful about the passes of Kotoko players, because when the passes go in, look at the angle. Morifin is not scoring, but look at how he was able to detect the position of his man. Look at the meters. He made sure that he moves in, created a chance, and then Kotoko got the goal from Peter Amidu Akwa. And so Peter is going to be a threat for Heart of Oak, and they need to be very careful. Again, this is how Kotoko scored against Karela. Look at the build-up from the right side. You will see Hubert Jehu move. You will see Hubert Jehu. You see another Kotoko player, and then Morifin Donsu from the attack. Let's see how they move. Then he gives a pass, and then they locate their marksman who gets the goal for Kotoko. And look at the angle. And that is where Heart of Oak need to be very careful in terms of the angles. Look at the distance with how Hubert Jehu got the goal against Karela United. A space for Hubert Jehu is now a problem. Look at the number of players of Karela United who allowed Hubert Jehu to kick the ball. About 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And look at the number of Kotoko strikers, attackers. They have about 8 players in the half of Karela United. So I told you that more of the Kotoko players will crowd from the right side, some will be crowding from the left side, but they would always depend on the weak angle. If you are weak at this side, you find Hubert Jehu, you have Lord Amwa, Saka Dauda, all moving from that angle, allowing Peter Amidu Aqua to breathe and build up from the counter. And so that really makes the game more difficult. But let's look at Heart of Oak as well. Heart of Oak are also a good side, and you see a cross. And this is how Parku George also scored for Heart of Oak.
Right.
If goalkeeper
I'm blending with the tree because we are super so a feel of the analysis, because the way I know why you Kotoko I say we focus more on Kotoko. For saying Heart of Oak, almost so dangerous, especially with 8-year boss.
Okay, so let's talk about Heart of Oak quickly. This is Heart of Oak, and this is the biggest strength. Now they have 2 strikers. So if you allow them to do more of their cross, Uja crosses, let's look at Heart of Oak again. Uja Kwainoa, look at goalkeeper, very good goalkeeper. But you find the 2 strikers, Hamza Issa and then Frank Ebula Duku in the 18-yard box. So all the time you see them around, and they know the strength of Kamara. Kamara is a goalkeeper who struggles with aerial balls and who struggles to grab ball once. And so in the Gaka top 4, you saw they scored twice, and one of the goals came around this side, and that is how Yimana Lamankwa got the second goal against Kotoko. And so look at how the goal happened. And so if you give them space, they are going to score from this angle, and that is going to be a dangerous one for the opponent. And so a tough one, a tough fixture for both sides. Let's see how it goes. And this is another goal I want us to look at. And so Heart of Oak biom Mauli Wayo. And so Mauli Wayo enyao 1-on-1. And look at the number of players that were Heart of Oak 18-yard box. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Kobet may decide, they say, okay, bono, me de bema way, met me the ama way, met me the ama way, not also the ama way, now for my share. So a lot of options for Heart of Oak. Say Kotoko anye careful na has crowd 18-yard box with Frank Ebura and Hamza Issa. Na Mauli Wayo back in the second half. Ubenya problem. They have the space and Omube ran it throughout 90 minutes.
Right. So these are some of the tactical breakdowns you are expected to see at the Accra Sports Stadium. Enti sende unyanko ya. Bebacho tickets the form kra ubetimi yako the Accra Sports Stadium na oswakwa kunya a feel of the super class. It happens just twice in the whole season. So if you miss one in Accra, the only time you could get to watch Heart of Oak and Asante Kotoko will be in Kumasi Baba Yara Sports Stadium. Coach, big game. Your final words, expectations. Who will you be rooting for? What exactly will you be looking out for in this encounter?
I love the way Mo analyzed the game, how Kotoko was scoring against Karela United, how Heart of Oak also did with the Benin Gold Stars. And for me, I believe that there are 2 teams now. So Heart of Oak Krabola. The only thing Kotoko can do is to make sure Sobo close in the pocket of spaces. Because the runs of Frank Duku and then the runs of Hamza is pressure. So if Hilary Adabo or said Kojo makes mistake, that is where Hussein, who handles the ball, Ukrabo Paco runs direct, and of course Raphael Amponsan sits and he also do. And Kotoko also nyabo no na say move from the strong point of Kotoko,
the right side,
Lord Amwa's side. We say Saka Dauda is good in running. Hubert Jehu or committed defenders with the ball. Tell me the ball no be pian. No creative space or power. And it's also on Usua. Let us say, which has folk back trainer. Obviously, Ademu Mohammed will shift to make sure so cover Rafael Aponsa. And then about on the right, Ali or probably Osesibe. Now Ali stay in the middle so that Esibe will also cover Amankwa Befi. So the strong point of Asofok, Amankwa Befi, and of course on the right side is George Paku. And then on the left side, Rafael Aponsa, and of course the other players. So what I say, who share the bench now, or the Maulu or pace or the bench. Kakari, wonderful with the ball on the right. But any left-footed player be all right, and if you want to stop him, you need another right-footed player or be from that side. It is also a game now, a move-foot game. But team are what the toughest mentality, decision-making, and taking of its chances, will win this particular game. Right.
That was Coach Ebenezer Sefa. Now, Coach, your quick predictions for this game.
Yeah, try to push it.
Your quick predictions. Why they say?
I don't predict. And more cry away. Oh, no, it's true. Because, no, me when they say they are on the same level.
Oh, okay.
Look, Hussein, Hubert Jawu, right? Mefa Ubiti said, Hilary Adabu, George Paku. Seth Kojo, formerly of Bechem United.
Yeah.
And of course, Rafael Aponsa from Asekem. These are guys are almost Jumano. Look at Osesibe.
Yeah.
He's an improved player.
Yeah, from some
previous games from winning Kotoko Abo.
Of course.
Ali Muhammad has been with Accra Lions, and look at the way of coefficient and has to focus for
okay. Right.
And for me, it's going to be a tight game, very tight game. But the teams that has got character, decision making, and taking of its chances will win. But we are not going to see more goals in this game. It's not going to be more than 2 games.
Right.
In this game.
Mo, or prediction for this game? Because we are big.
Yeah, me coach here, game we after first half now with me cleared, but coach making points be for the first time.
We don't have time.
Yes, for the first time, like for like. Ultimate can say we exceptional scene we.
And ultimate predicting.
First half from Brad because a tough game. What do you say? Since 2017, I share Kotoko first round on share Kotoko first round view. It's usually how the game goes in the first.
Right. And so these were my gallant men. Miniomo Eddie Ejumano will be crossing over to our men on the grounds. Mutala Yakubu and his crew will be taking over to bring us all the in-depth analysis from the Accra Sports Stadium. And so stick and stay with us. Enjoy the beautiful game live on your TV and TV3. My name is Solomon Amaka, the Superman. I did this with Coach Ebenezer Sefa as well as Mohamed Shaban. Alexis Laura joined us from the Accra Sports Stadium. We're crossing over to Mutala Yakubu and his boys.
Accra Sports Stadium, the legends are here with me and we'll be discussing this game. It doesn't get any bigger than this because this is Heartfolk coming up against Asante Kotoko, one of the biggest games on the Ghanaian football calendar. My name is Mutala Yakubu, and as I said, I've been surrounded by 2 legends that you'll be hearing from shortly. But before that, let's acknowledge our sponsors. And they say that they have a message for you. They say don't just enjoy the game, you need to win some cash as well. So end your day like a champion with Dewa 539 direct. Wind down with a win at 7 p.m. with numbers 1 to 39. The odds are stacked in your favor. Multiply your stake with 5 Ghana cedi and above by a jaw-dropping 5,000 with direct 4 and 50,000 on direct 5 when all your numbers match the draw results. All you need to do is now play and watch your mobile wallet fill up with winnings. Dial *446# or visit dewanla.com and you can win some good cash.